Hey, what's up everyone? Killzone Terminal, back with our first part to the Killzone 3 Elite difficulty walkthrough. This would be chapter, chapter 2, called Evacuation Orders. Obviously we're starting at the beginning here. Basically, pretty easy chapter, overall. The most difficulty you'll probably have is just kind of acclimating to how, like, the difficulty difference between Elite and maybe, for instance, my first playthrough I played on the normal difficulty just to get through pretty easy, and then I just had to, this entire level was kind of just getting used to how much damage you can take, how much damage you give, what headshots are like, that sort of stuff. So yeah. Anyways, so for this part here, you're gonna wind up to, after mailing those two characters, you're gonna be going up to this kind of area here. I'd probably hide behind the tank, just because that'll give you the most cover. Hiding behind those blocks doesn't give you the absolute most. And hey, what do you know? I think that's actually Billinghurst up in front of me. Huh. I was wondering where he was. For those that don't know, Billinghurst has kind of been... I think he's a multiplayer designer on the team. But anyways, and then the character that he's modeled after, I don't remember who he was. But basically he's been in, I think, every Killzone game. He's kind of a central role. For instance, in, hold on. For this part here, best thing to do is probably just use your grenades if you can right away. I took a bit too long. So just keep kind of moving cover. Anyways, Billinghurst, he would be one of the characters in the Killzone universe who's a small role, but very central. In Killzone 2, if you remember, you're on the cruiser and you're being attacked, and after you've taken down the heavy, you're trying to get into the next room, and one of the ISA soldiers kind of tries to let you in, and he's kind of punching into the key panel, and then the guy on the speaker is kind of going, "Oh, you can't come in because you don't have the right clearance. What's the password?" Billinghurst, he's the guy that kind of gets you through. So without him, you wouldn't have been able to get to Captain Templar. Yeah, so that's him. I think I actually just found him now. So we're kind of making our way through the rooftops. You'll notice that in Elite, they throw a ton more grenades. So I would kind of just stay back here, just because they can't hit you back here with the grenades. That spider will drop off, our troop carrier will drop off a few rocket guys. So if you kind of just start hitting them right away, you should be able to get them pretty fast. Yeah. So major thing in Elite would be headshots. Headshots are almost always an instant kill. You'll find otherwise they're a lot more of bullet sponges. Brutal melees aren't quite as useful, but one of the things that makes this so easy is the ammo boxes in cutscene.
Man, who nukes their own city?
I don't see Narville.
River's that way. That's where he said we gotta cross.
Yep. Just hope everybody makes it this time.
Listen, Sev, about Visari,
Forget it. I wanted to shoot him too.
but you didn't.
No. But that's because I'm not a jackass.
Listen, those are ISA engines up
So I find it a little bit weird that Seb kind of already forgave Rico for killing Visari, which I was raging so hard when he did that. For this section, you'll just kind of want to do what the game tells you to do. Real melee that guy. Toss a frag over these guys, they'll all die. Except for maybe him. If they get out clear enough. That's one of the things I like about this game. AI is pretty good. Like, you saw that guy kind of run in the complete opposite direction. So this next part, you're kind of getting up to this fountain, which is kind of weird looking. Looks like a tree from one of the jungle sections. I kind of stayed up at the top of the stairs. You can kind of just pick them off as they move from cover, different points of cover. I don't think they spawn infinitely, so you just have to pick them off. Yeah. I like the amount of particles in this level. One of the things they've improved a ton on for Killzone. Killzone 3 at least is just the amount of atmospheric stuff that's going on. If you look outside, for instance, you've got those cruisers going overhead with drop ships. One of the cool things that Killzone does is trying to keep the environment alive. That's one of the things I like about it. What was I talking about before? I was talking about Rico and Sev and how Sev has kind of forgiven him, because Rico basically disobeyed orders, capped Visari, and screwed everyone over. I would kind of not be talking to him, which is probably one of the reasons why Natko isn't in the game. So right now we're getting into kind of this standoffish area. You want to kind of stay behind cover, back up at this ledge for as long as possible before you can move forward. That way they don't really hit you with turrets and stuff. There's also an ammo box, so you want to... That'll be good for just spamming grenades and whatnot. Slowly come down the stairs. Again, go for the headshots if you can. And then one of them should hopefully... Well, not hopefully, I guess. He'll get on the LMG thing, or the... What do you call them? The chain gun. I don't know. And then this fence is kind of annoying, so you might poke out a bit. The invisible walls in this game are kind of weird. A lot of things you think you can shoot through, like gates and side rails and stuff, you can't for whatever reason. It's some Black Ops crap right there. And so, don't forget the guys on the left here. One guy's just got the shotgun, the other are just the regular grunts, and then also keep mindful there's some more that spawn down on the right. They'll try coming down the stairs the further you move up. Refill on your ammo. And push forward. You also got those other guys on the turret nest. Turrets, that's what they're called. And then there'll be a few rocket guys shooting rockets at you, obviously, because that's what they do. So you want to keep moving forward. One thing I really like about this game too is the cover mechanic. They really improved. One thing I really wish they kept in multiplayer was the slide to cover thing. I don't really care for having the cover system like they haven't had since Killzone 2, which I completely agree with the reasoning, which would be multiplayer is more of a 360-degree orientation to the gameplay, so you can go into cover, hide behind a corner, but you can't really tell what's going on too easily around you, behind you, and all that. So you'll find when you're trying to crouch just behind a wall so you can quickly turn to your left and right, you'd snap to the wall and then be kind of stuck there. Don't really have much orientation to view around, compared to campaign where you're kind of just pushing forward all the time, so it's not so much of a worry, and that's why it works better there. But there's so many times when I just kind of run into a spawn in multiplayer and trying to grab it from behind some cover, and I think the slide to cover mechanic would work really well.
That's it. Let's go. You guys all right? Yeah. We got a clear route.
So after you've completed this section, you want to refill in your ammo dump here, and then you'll be moving through with this convoy. I guess I don't know. Spoil the story anymore. I don't think we'll spoil the story. People can use this as a way to watch the game, but that goes up. That would be Petrosite. So you're gonna keep going through the academy like you did. You had to have already played this, so you kind of know what your general directions you're going. So just wait up for Rico here. That's what I'm talking about. Look at all those particles, and then the cruiser going over top. So you'll get a hand up from Rico. And that'll trigger another cutscene here.
Be careful. Let's get down there.
It's not our objective, Rico. We gotta follow Narville's orders this time.
What the hell is this stuff?
So after that cutscene, you're kind of getting onto this part, so you want to grab onto the minigun as fast as possible. There's some guys that come out through this door. Minigun, you shouldn't have too much of a problem with this part. Just make sure you're getting all the enemies so that they can't get a beat on you at all. And I guess as far as story goes at this point, found that group of stalled engineers kind of picking up samples of the petrocite that got radiated, as you probably know from Killzone 2. Petrocite's kind of like the main power source to the entire planet. I guess when the nuke went off, it kind of changed it, so it's not so much of an energy source, but more of a weaponized version. I guess it can do really weird things to bodies, as you'll see later in the campaign. But so Rico blew up this door here. You also want to have taken that chain gun. I wouldn't be using it right away. I would try and hold off as long as possible, just so you can conserve your ammo. But there's a ammo box coming up pretty quick anyway, so you shouldn't have too much to worry about. Hiding behind this block here gives you a good view as they pop their heads out. And then once you've taken care of them, you can move into the museum pretty easy. One thing you'll want to be careful about is those enemies that come over on the top balcony. They'll shoot, so that's why you wouldn't really want to run in and brutal melee everyone. No matter how cool they are, gotta play smart. So you'll trigger spawn, get some guys up top, so you'll kind of want to aim above. Again, you'll want to be careful with your ammo. When you get up to the balcony, you'll kind of want to have enough chain gun ammo just to mow them down. Going for the headshots again. These guys you can probably be safe to brutal melee if you so choose. Love the animations in this game. Like when that guy ran over to the cover. That was great. Not sure why there's so much particulars blowing around in the museum here. You wouldn't think there would be that much. There should be 3 or 4 guys over there. Just hitting them out with a chain gun. You can also, if you want, you can kind of make your way behind all this cover here. Kind of get to what's right in front of me. And then, see, I've already got 23 ammo, so that's why you kind of want to keep the ammo. If you need grenades, there's some more in this room here. Grenades would have been good to use, had I told you guys that earlier. So you go up the stairs here, and then there will be 3 enemies, I think, spawn. So I kind of headed to this balcony just because you get a better vantage point. As they come at you, you can get the headshots real easy. So pretty much hit them like you do in the entire game. And you'll run. And the next section will be on the rooftops. Just playing around with the physics. there's two guys on the left here. You want to run to your ammo dump. That's where you can get all the ammo for the chain gun. And just kind of rape a dropship should be kind of getting close, or else picked off, depending on what point you went on. There it is. Chain gun's really good for taking them out. That'll kill a lot of the enemies, so that'll help. Just kind of hanging around the ammo bucket. You also want to. One thing that's more important than Killzone 2 was keeping Rico alive. Rico, I found in Killzone 2 was better just to, especially on the last level, was just to use as a bait as a bullet sponge for enemies, so they didn't have all their focus on you. Because the damage was a lot worse in the elite difficulty. So as you move forward, you'll see some guys hopping over after you've planted the bomb. You could probably actually run through the door right away with your chain gun and mow them down before they come. That's a bit risky. Kind of took the time to ram behind cover here and waited for them to start coming over. That way I didn't get stuck trying to get to cover quick, and I could also get to my ammo dump. So there's 3 or 4 people hiding behind the wall, and then there's, because 2 guys jumped over, and then there's a berserker, I guess you can call them. Crap. Fill up on some ammo. You don't really need to, as the next section's on the Corinth Highway, and there's an ammo dump almost right away, so I wouldn't worry too much. Even after past that door, actually, there's an ammo dump, so you don't need to run back. And then there's the one remaining guy.
That's it. We're clear.
And one thing I've never really understood the purpose of and what level designers do is these things that block your way and you have to shoot them. What's the point? It's just kind of a nuisance. Never understood that. I don't see what it adds to the gameplay that you have to shoot down a door. So clicking through here is going to trigger your next cutscene.
Verify those coordinates, and we'll be fine. You're doing a good job, son. All right, get on it and get back to me. Sevchenko, glad you could join us. Velasquez.
Is this everybody?
The damn convoy's scattered all down the river. We're pushing through so we can secure the crater for the evac.
It's not such a good idea. The thinner we spread ourselves out, the easier it'll be for the Hellgas to pick us off.
Yeah, good point. Sir, with all due respect, I'd like to suggest...
I made it very clear that I don't want to hear a single word out of your mouth. Sid, take Velasquez and his mouth out of my face. I need the 2 of you on point. We're going to use the XO to clear the route. Pick up your feet, people! The closer we are to that crater, the closer we are to home.
Try not to think about it.
Get that XO moving!
So you're on the highway here, so you want to pick up on some ammo. You want your chain gun full. You should still have that. And as soon as you kind of trigger this little mini event, scripted event with the troop carrier. So actually, instead of kind of hiding here and waiting, you'd probably be more productive if there's some guys on the left who you can shoot, who are kind of hiding behind this pillar, and if you don't, it'd be good to take them out, because otherwise they kind of cause problems for you up ahead. Be mindful on the right. There's a group of enemies there, so just try and keep your cover based more, trying to hide yourself from them. The Exo should take them out pretty quick though. So keep creeping forward. Should trigger a drop ship sometime soon here. Take it out with your minigun. Aiming towards the back will cause the most damage. It's kind of like the weak spot of the thing. for if you're going for your trophy on this run, you need to kill all or take out all the drop ships at this part. So there's 4, and if you still have your minigun, that'll probably be easiest, especially on recruit because they don't take too much damage to take out. You'll see some enemies popping up. This is a good spot to get your headshots in. And they'll start running forward. You can also probably move forward a lot and tossing grenades. Don't worry about using up your chain gun ammo. There's an ammo dump up ahead with a rocket launcher if you really need one. Chain gun's way better than a rocket launcher though. And that should be that for those guys. So like I said, ammo dump. And then ahead here, you should see some guys on the left. There will be 2 rockets. Dudes with the rockets up on the left here. You can also chuck a grenade over there actually. If you can get enough distance, that'll take them out pretty quickly. Just be mindful of kind of your cover, like you should throughout the end of the campaign. Good spot to toss some grenades is over in this where I'm aiming right now. They tend to like to hang out over there. Cool fact though, you can shoot the rockets out of the air if you wanted to. So I don't know, you might not want to risk that on elite difficulty as you'll probably get yourself killed. So you'll trigger dropship coming down. Depending on how much ammo you have though, probably won't be able to take it out. So this is probably not the best way to get that trophy if you haven't got it already. Man, look at that new cloud. So cool. So those APCs will start pushing through the barrier here. As you saw, that's a dropship, and then there's another dropship right here. And just power through. There's not too many enemies left, and you can take them out with the remainder of your chain gun ammo pretty easy. Like so. And running to the end of the highway should trigger your next cutscene and end the level. See you guys next video.
How many? Yes, sir. Understood. Our cruisers have got company. They're tracking more than a dozen Hellgas battleships.
12. How long can they hold out?
Pray it's long enough. It's gonna be open season on our cruisers if we don't get there in time.
So are the rest of the convoys scattered all over town.
I'm fully aware of the location of my troops, Sergeant, but we can't afford any more holdups. Sevchenko, we need a route to that crater now, or none of us are leaving. You've got the hammers. When you see Hellgas armor, you punch right into it. We'll ram us a route back home. As long as everyone follows orders, we'll be fine. Let's move like we mean it. Time's running out.